All right. Welcome back to our podcast. Finally.
We have a podcast channel?
Yeah, that we forgot about. Not forgot about. We just.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So this is season 4, episode 4.
What are we talking about?
And the title of today's podcast is called It's Not That Deep.
It's not that deep. What's not deep about it, babe?
The lifestyle. It's not that deep. It's not supposed to be that deep.
No, it's
is,
not.
I guess, the proper way to explain that. Thank you for checking out the Impulsive Duo podcast. Remember, our content is for 18 and over. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
It's supposed to just be fun.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. And I think it's obviously, it is deep in a sense that you are sharing your body. You're doing something, out of the norm, outside of your marriage, things like that. But also if you're doing it and you're spending so much time overthinking it and there's so many issues and you're, every little detail and you have to plan things and just you're making it's almost like overcomplicating it, then that's kind of when it becomes not fun. And so it's just supposed to not be that deep. This is something that's supposed to be super just fun and lighthearted, and you're supposed to have a good time with it. It's supposed to be a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not supposed to be calculated.
No.
It's supposed to just be, it's fun. Like you said, like, your relationship is very deep and you're deep, but like the whole act of doing all this when you're on the right page and communication, everything, it's just fun.
Yeah. It's supposed to just be fun. And I mean, I think we'll kind of talk about our little bit of struggles with both sides of it. We've actually filmed this podcast before.
We did. I was like super negative. I didn't realize how negative I was until you were playing it, and it was the first time I even agreed. I was like, yeah, don't do that one. We need to
release that podcast.
It.
Well, I think there was some things going on that we weren't like even just. We had some things come up in our own relationship and some traumas and different things and things that you have been through and didn't feel like you'd really worked on, kind of brought the lifestyle out. So the lifestyle will bring out any of your past traumas, and not just as a relationship. The lifestyle will bring out personal traumas, deep traumas.
Yeah, that's the thing that I think people kind of take it wrong, is they're like, oh, it's going to destroy your relationship and you're in therapy because of your relationship and doing this. And it's like, no, literally this had nothing to do with any of it.
No, and it wasn't even like the lifestyle, and that's what I think people don't realize, but it will bring up those traumas. Just like, I mean, anything in a relationship and the hard things you go through. But I think that lifestyle will definitely, it takes you. And I think it's a lot of personal growth. I think for me, like as an individual, yes, you're supposed to be on the same page with partner, growth with your partner, but it's a lot of individual self-growth and self-reflection and how you handle things and getting over like your own insecurities and your own issues pretty much. So yeah, I think we were kind of in a place that we didn't realize we were having a little bit of those issues. And there were some things and that kind of came to light after an event. And again, I won't necessarily blame it on the lifestyle, like maybe a lifestyle event. Anyways, I don't think it was lifestyle necessarily related, because there wasn't like a lifestyle incident or cheating or like jealousy, anything like that going on.
No, it was none of that. It was, I mean, in my case, my side, it was a lot of me just overthinking, looking at really negatively, because I wasn't expressing, just even in relationship wise, like my needs and wants with you. And because I wasn't, I was taking that frustration, negativity into this lifestyle, and then all of a sudden making it so much more complicated than what it needed to be. Like I mean, all of our experiences have been a lot of fun this year. I will say, I will say this year so far, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but like I haven't had an experience yet this year. We have all of a sudden played a lot.
I know we were not having very many this year, and now I don't know what happened in the month of August.
I don't either. And none of them though have been bad this year. Like there's not one where I'm like, yeah, that one I could have did without. All of them I'm like, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and I think that is because we've kind of worked through some things, and personally, and then together. And it's just, I feel personally like we've just gotten a lot more laid back about the lifestyle. And I'm just like, go with the flow. Like what happens, happens. I go in with zero expectations ever. I feel like you and I are on the same page as far as like, I don't know. I'm just really open. Sorry.
No, you are. my life goal is to one day be as easygoing and open about this lifestyle as you. Like, I don't know if I will ever hit that level because I can be really easygoing, but I also like going into the night. I kind of want to have an idea if there are like, hey, are we gonna play? Are you down to play? Are
Well,
you not
yeah,
down
I
to
think
play?
that's important to always have those conversations. Like we definitely have that conversation.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you good? How are you feeling? Checking in with your partner throughout the night. Absolutely. Those are important no matter what. But as far as like if I say I'm in a good place, like yeah, I'm down to play, I'm pretty much down for wherever the night takes us, whether that be a couple, that be a girl. Like I seriously like if some girl came up to me and was like, I think your husband's hot, like, can I fuck him while you watch? I'd be like, yeah. Like I'm just so I'm serious.
You really are. Like it's the funniest
You guys, I'm
thing.
so open, except for I think the single men thing only, and I'm not saying I'm like anti-single men or I haven't done the single men thing. I am saying that I need a little bit more, I think, preparation, and it would be hard for me to just meet a single guy and be like open to it. I think I would struggle with it because I know Eric would struggle with that.
And I would like, and that's the thing is, I don't think that's necessarily is it like deep. It's just like knowing what your struggles are in a sense. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, absolutely.
And that's
And knowing your partner's struggles.
yeah.
And just like I'm not going to put my partner in a situation that's going to make him overthink or be a little bit like.
And it's not that I'm against it by
No,
any
I didn't mean to
means.
make that sound like Eric is not against single men.
I mean, we just did
yeah, we just did one. We did just do a male female male
male female male
male
yeah.
female male. I'm not against Eric is not against that, and Eric is okay with that. I just don't know if it could be something that could just be thrown at you and surprised if you didn't like know this guy. All of a sudden, I just like met a guy and was like, "Hey, babe, like I think this guy's hot. Let's do it." I don't know. You maybe
If
it would depend on the guy.
It depends on my mood. It depends. Like, if I had the really good last week, if the last week for me was like amazingly good for whatever reasons, like life is going great, and you're like, dude, I really want to do this. I'd be like, okay, as long as as long as I wasn't put on the spot in front of the guy.
If
you came to the side and you were like, hey, that guy over there he hit me up. You're in the bathroom or whatever. He kind of thinks it'd be hot if we played together. You know, are you in on this? I would be probably if I was like in a good headspace, I'd be like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
And that's where I think it just kind of comes into like checking in with your partner.
Yeah, no, definitely checking with your partner and like, no, you never put your partner or people in general on the spot. I think that's also like you just never be like, hey, you want to play, or hey, I want to play with this. Like you need to have those personal conversations. Like we're not going to walk up to a couple and be like, hey, you want to play, and just expect to put them on the spot and answer right there when they haven't discussed it maybe. And yeah, so you just never.
And that's where I think people like start to make this lifestyle really deep of like, okay, you know, how do we ask somebody? And you overthink asking someone to play, and then you're so afraid that they're going to reject you.
No, yeah, and I think at the beginning of people's lifestyle journey, it is a lot more deep because you don't know what to expect and you are overthinking every little thing that could go wrong. What if we, approach them, or how do we approach somebody? And then we have to ask them about STD, and then we have to like ask about bound. And like, if you haven't done it, it's just like anything. It's practice, really. I mean, I think Eric and I have had 4 years of quote unquote practice with the lifestyle, and you get a little better about it. You get more secure. You get more like just know what works for you. And you just kind of like naturally let it go. Like we just had a play situation that didn't see coming. And
yeah, no, I didn't see that one coming. At all. And it was great because I think it's almost been easier. And I don't know, tell me what your thoughts are. For us, especially because I know our personalities and we're really strong personalities, but we're also we will mend ourselves easily together around people.
Yes.
Like if we really want to do something. So if somebody goes, hey, like, let's do this or let's try this, I think we're very good about like, okay, we'll kind of go at those people's pace almost.
Yes. No, we are really good at that, especially after like doing this for a while. And again, I think if you're just like laid back about it, like Eric's gotten more like, I'm going to put this all on Eric, but Eric's gotten a lot more laid back about the lifestyle. And I think he's going into it with a much more laid back attitude instead of looking for a specific thing that night or a specific play style or person or something. I don't know. I just feel like you're a little bit more like.
No, I am. I'm way better about it. I don't really overthink that side
Yeah, I
quite
think the
as much.
overthinking is the problem.
Yeah.
About like what could go wrong and this and that. And I think honestly, like the experience that we just had at Whispers, that was just so like we did not see that coming, and it just like literally evolved and happened, and we were like, holy fuck. And I think that's what's better for you, because it didn't give Eric a single second to think. It just happened, and Eric was like, yep, like it sounded hot in the moment. It was great. It happened. We all had a great time, and he didn't regret it. And that's the other thing. All these situations maybe that I may have said that Eric's like overthinking, or there's been some like challenges. It's never been that Eric had a bad time or wasn't okay with what happened.
Right.
Afterwards, he's like, that was great. I had so much fun. It's like, okay, then why were you freaking out about it?
It just wasn't really mentally there. And I think a lot of guys actually kind of struggle with it. Cause
Yeah, we actually find out more men. We're finding that a lot of this and the overthinking, and this, in the beginning it's women maybe before they do it, but after women dip their toes in, it's men.
Yeah, no, it really is. And it's because and that's the thing that I've noticed with it, is it really is guys for the most part, but it's made it a lot easier of going into this, this is just fun. Like whatever happens, happens. Like we're on the same page. Like you're not going to leave me. You're not going anywhere.
No.
You're not going to do anything to break my trust or to hurt me,
Nope.
any of this stuff.
And I think that's the other thing too, is trusting your partner, to know that your partner, you have to trust your partner. That if you get separated or you're put in a position, like Eric has to trust me that I'm not going to do anything that is going to hurt him, or I think, jeopardize our relationship, and vice versa. I don't think in a million years Eric would do that. And you have to, I mean, obviously it's lifestyle 101, strong foundation. Like if the lifestyle breaks you, something else would break you, is how I feel.
Yeah, no, because I mean,
unless there's like cheating or something.
Yeah, because I mean, the stuff that literally is going to really hurt somebody is, I mean, you go to the bathroom, you come out, and your partner's doing oral to somebody that you don't even know who they are, or just hooking up with some, and it's just like, wait, what? Or
and that's when it's a problem.
Doing somebody all of a sudden.
And that's a problem. That's cheating. That to me, that's cheating.
Yeah.
That's crossing boundaries. That's everything, and that's not okay.
Like, there was no consent. There was no. Yeah.
To me, it's like if my partner was going to do that behind my back, he would have done that, or at a lifestyle party, he would have done that if we were monogamous and he went out with his buddies one night and met a hot girl.
Yeah.
To me, it's the same thing. And so you have to have that ultimate trust and respect for your partner to be to get to that point where you're a little more laid back and not overthinking everything. Because it's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to have a hot experience, and then then reconnect with your partner. Like it's just not supposed to be something. If the lifestyle is causing you like this stress and anguish and anxiety, like that's when it's a problem. And I don't, doesn't mean it's not for you. But it's like put the brakes on, and then start to do a little bit, like have some conversations. And like we've met some couples, we've done some mentoring and different things, and these couples will come to us, and they're really just like, well, we talked to this guy, and they were, they're really overthinking it, and
they get burnt out really easy.
And they're just, this sounds mean, but they're caring way too much about other people's feelings.
Yeah.
Like, yes, don't be rude. I am not saying that. Let's make that very clear. But I don't owe people anything. If I sleep with you one time and then something gets weird, or I decide I don't want to anymore, or don't talk to you anymore, I don't fucking have to. I don't owe shit to you. I don't owe my body to you. I don't owe an explanation, anything. Let down people nicely, move on, whatever. But people just start to overthink, like even little things. Like we, met with a couple, and it's like, well, how many times a week should we text them? How many times do you think we should play?
Right.
I don't fucking know. I don't know these people. I don't know your schedule. I don't know your play style. I don't know. And so it's like, but don't think that much into it. Like for me and Eric, like if we have something planned, it's planned and it like happens. But I don't spend my energy like constantly looking for people anymore and talking to people and we got to plan a play date for this weekend. Like I don't fucking care. Like if I do, I do.
And if somebody cancels, they cancel. Oh well, and it's like it's not the end of the world. And then I don't have to message them and try and get answers from them.
Are you a female, 18 and over, interested in the lifestyle? Check out Unicorn Landing at unicornlanding.com or in your favorite app store today.
Thinking part of it.
No.
If we can't play every weekend.
Oh, yeah. And just letting it cause so much stress and turmoil and like, I don't know. I think that's where, and I think it's kind of a learning process and just letting it be a little bit more, go with the flow. And not just at a play situation, but like just in general.
And we're also, I think, why we look at it as it's not very deep, is we don't let like emotions get involved. And that's the thing that I still get puzzled a little bit where we have talked to some of these people and they're like, oh, we played with them a couple times and then they were upset about something. And it's like all of a sudden I'm hearing like emotions being involved. And then, oh, they got to go do this. And I'm like, oh, wow, like you actually feel bad about this. Why?
Yeah. Or just like having... like again, like you just don't owe these people anything. Like, I don't know. I mean, yes, like, obviously there's more poly, and I'm not saying to disrespect anyone. Of course, I have like feelings as far as like I care about people that I've played with, and I don't want to hurt their feelings, and I like them as people, but I'm not going to feel like I need to like, I don't know. I mean, we've been involved in some situations where I think we just felt like it got a little too close.
Yes.
And we definitely like backed off because it's not something that we want. We don't want it to be that deep.
And we don't keep it that deep because I think honestly we thrive on the most. We love that one experience.
Yeah,
we love that one experience.
I actually don't mind playing with a person twice. Well, no, I don't mind playing with people multiple times. Like if I know them, whatever. But it's just not like all the people I play with. And I like the first initial high, but I think the second time is always a little more fun. Because you almost get a little bit of that awkwardness out of the way. And I think it's almost like the sexual energy is still there a little bit. But now you know each other a little more. Mm-hmm. And you know that they want to play with you because they're doing it again. For me, like personally, insecurity, the second time I play with somebody, I'm like, okay, well, they came back. So obviously they like want to play or, you know what I mean?
No, I do know what you mean. But it's so funny
to me, the worst is when you play with somebody and then you like don't hear from them or they don't like initiate playing again. And I'm like, oh God, they didn't like me. Or like, you like get in your head. So as long as they come back one more time.
You're cute. It's true.
Because
it's funny because this is how different you and I are, like on like a different level. Still not a deep level, but like I'm the one that has like, I sometimes have a little bit of challenges or whatever. But I know when we are playing that first time that people are down to play. You know what I mean?
And not me.
And you're like they're just doing this because they're being nice. And I'm like, no one does
like, that
this.
guy's not pity fucking you.
Yeah, no one's doing this to just be nice.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely get it.
No, I just want the sex to be so good with me that you like want to come back and do it again. That you're like, I can't wait to fuck Candice again.
There you go. Well, I feel that way every night.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
No, I think Eric is that way. Eric's like, they totally want to fuck, and I'm like, they're just being nice.
Yeah, no, you don't.
And like, sometimes men struggle. Like that can be typical lifestyle. I mean, I haven't had a ton of issues with that, but a few. And you do. I mean, of course, it's not personal, but you take it a little personal. Blah blah blah. So when they want to still play with you, like afterwards, I'm like,
no, and I think women women do need that. And I mean, even with guys, I mean, you're playing with protection. A lot of times, you're probably not going to finish, or you might struggle a little bit, or what have you. And it's easy just. I think the biggest compliment to like women to know that the guy's really attracted to you, especially with protection, is if they're hard and they're having sex with you.
They're having sex with you and they tell you have to stop because they're going to come so fast.
Yes.
That just happened to me, by the way.
That was actually really hot. And
Eric was like, looked over and the guy was like, we have to stop. This is so fucking hot. You're so hot. I'm going to come so fast. I was like,
all right.
Okay.
That was.
Tell me more. Tell me. Well, because it was weird because I was like, well, at first I was going like giving him head, and I was like, and then he was like, like he was being kind of like, and I was like, oh, is he not liking it? So I was like trying to go like more aggressive, and he like pushed me kind of off, and he was like, oh, hold on, and he did. I think he was afraid to hurt my feelings because he was like, I'm sorry, like. I'm going to come if you keep doing it. Like, I was like, oh, that's the problem. Because I was like, is everything okay? And he kind of like backed off. And I was like, am I not doing a good job? Oh, no, I was just doing too good of a job.
Well, that's where I think it's really important that I have learned actually with guys. I think women are, what I've learned and everything that we've played with too, is women are really good about kind of communicating what they like. Mm-hmm. Where I have watched enough men have sex with you. That I don't think I've ever really heard one of them, except for one, ask you like, hey, what do you like? Or do you like this? Or like actually kind of like take charge in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, men. You need to work on being a little bit more dominant.
You really do because...
That's the thing. And I'm not just saying this to like put men down or anything that I've slept with. But I think we talked about this even with a couple that we played with. And that they like men are just kind of like, it's almost like they freeze up and it just all of a sudden turns into like, fuck yeah, I'm in the lifestyle and I want to like rail out all these women, but like, why are we having missionary lovemaking right now? Like that seems to happen to me quite a bit, I think.
It really does. And
Eric's over there fucking whipping their wife around, fucking pounding it out, and I'm like, I've even had women say that. I've had multiple women say, "Oh my God, like Eric, you're so like assertive and aggressive, and this is great." And like, then not to be mean, I'm like, no wonder they want to be in the lifestyle.
Yeah.
I've said that a lot lately. Like, not lately. No offense to anyone. Like, I'm not picking up anyone lately, but I've definitely like had some experiences over the past couple of years that I'm like, no wonder their wife wants to sleep with other men.
Well, because that's the thing is, I think guys look at it so deep, and they get in their head that this woman wants like a rock star, porn star, and it has to be this way, and I have to pound them out.
Yeah, they do.
And
what are you talking about?
and they
Just kidding.
do
I'm kidding.
in the sense that, like with most women, what I think I've always realized is, as a woman, you're probably a mom. Your life is structured. Like and I know you well enough. We've had this talk. Like, you're making decisions all day long.
Yeah,
on
I'm extremely
everything.
I'm type A. I'm very dominant in my everyday life. I'm a business owner. I'm a mom. I run a household. Like, I am just a very dominant person. The one place that I do not like to be dominant is in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love to just be able to like tell me what to, except for with women.
Yeah. No, with women, you're more dominant.
I am more dominant.
But it
But
is.
yeah, men do get in their head and they just kind of overthink, I think, like the expectations that these women are going to have. And that, like, for instance, like that guy this weekend, like having a, like, I think he was nervous to tell me. And it was kind of like, this is supposed to be fun. Like,
and if you come, you come.
yeah, I was like, okay, and?
And?
I think guys come fast. I mean, yeah, maybe sometimes I'm like, well, keep going. Do other things to me then. But I'm like, oh, you were turned on. I don't understand the issue with guys coming. Like, if I was with you all the time and you were coming super quick all the time and it was like boring, whatever. But to me, I'm like, oh, it just means it means I'm really hot. I just like to be, honestly, do you guys, are you hearing this? Do you know what turns me on?
What?
To know that you think I'm hot.
I know. No, that's all it takes.
That's all it takes to turn me on.
No, if somebody just looks
If
at
I know you want me.
if you just kept telling you from behind or on top or
You're
whatever,
so hot. You're
God,
so
you are
beautiful.
so beautiful. You're so hot.
I'd be so fucking wet.
No, because even with this last experience, the guy kept saying, God, you are so gorgeous. And you're just like,
He was like, I can't believe I get to fuck you.
Yeah,
and
and I've never seen you like smiling, like wiggling your ass in somebody's face. Like, okay, well, put it back in then. You know, that was that time.
The last couple experiences we have had have actually been like that.
Yeah, and it's actually, it makes me smile a lot to see that, because I know it's weird and bad. It's not bad, but it's reality. As it sounds, I can tell you you're beautiful and gorgeous all day long. It will never have the same effect. No. And I know that. Yeah. And so, for you to be able to get that, I mean, I think is important, because the more that you feel beautiful and wanted, then it's like you bring that back into the bedroom with me.
Yeah, well, and again, back to this, it's not that deep. This is supposed to be like fun and sexy, and they're supposed to be talking and laughing and fuck your, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. And I guess a lot of people just kind of freeze up with it, or overthink. I know I've said that a million times.
Yeah.
But like, they just like freeze up. They don't know what to do. And I think that's where communication on both parts come in, because it's like, I think I'm not super great about it either, but if like telling a guy what I like, and I think I can work on that. But I think if I'm like, oh, I like it when you touch me here or here, that almost boosts the guy's confidence then, because then he's like, oh, I know she likes this. Like, she's obviously like turned on right now. And that can kind of make things like a little more relaxed, because I think everyone just gets, especially with people you don't know that well. It's like, I don't know what these people like, so you're like, get all nervous.
And that's where it's okay to like the
verbal conversation.
Asking people what they like, and when we've played with couples and I'm playing with
pull
them.
on their collars.
Yeah, when somebody hands me a collar and is like, pull on this while I'm giving you a head, I'm like, all right, then I know that, but I'm also putting my hand here. But we did
have that happen very recently.
Yeah, but it is like I don't think we always though do communicate, because even like that play experience, like I remember when I met them, because it's kind of my thing. I saw her and I'm like, oh wow, that's kind of my
Eric
thing.
has a little bit of a kink for a certain type of look. And that's his like bedroom kink. Not his wife material, no. Obviously.
but yeah, because
that's his kink, and it's fun for me as a wife to like give that to him. Like, give your partner their kink. And I'm not saying I'm giving this girl to him. Yeah. That sounds bad, but you know what I mean. Yeah. I'm just like, oh, my husband would the things my husband would like to do to you. Like, it turns me on, and so yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
And it's even one of those things. Like, even when I had met them originally, I never even went up to you and was like, hey, would you play with them? Or because I knew that we could have played with them.
I did not get that vibe at all. Eric has a...
God, I just have the spider sense then. I got bit by a vagina on my hand and it just turned
You
into
just have,
to
when vagina is
sense.
like, fuck me.
Yes, apparently.
Because I don't. I just think everyone's nice to me.
And and I didn't even think about asking you because I'm like, I don't know if you'd be really down for it. And it was kind of early in the night still and whatever. Like, and it just didn't really occur to me to even ask you. And that's why it was just funny. Out of all
There's
people,
no way in a million years I thought this girl would want to play.
That's so funny. I was like, that's why when they came in, I was like, cool. And then as soon as she was like, can I kiss you? And you're like, yes. I was like, yes, kiss her.
Yeah, and then they initiated it, and I was like, oh, I guess they do want to play. This girl was just like younger than us. I'm not like she was super young, but they were younger than us, and like kind of like just a little like
little wild, a little crazy.
Yeah, a little wild, a little crazy, like colored hair,
ears, fangs, long nails.
It was hot.
It was.
Anyways, so and her husband was there too. I'm just kidding. Yeah. He was great. He was actually really sweet, and he had cute little glasses. They were very sweet.
He was, and actually,
they were like kind of like.
And that was the thing I really respected the most about them too, is that when we were playing and it came time to inserting our units into other women, he was super like smooth and great about, hey, I got really good condoms. Let's use these and just like. I love that. It made me feel actually so
because
safe
the play
and
situation,
warm. It wasn't awkward.
The play situation happened so quickly that we didn't have time to discuss really boundaries and protection and things like that, which you should before you play. And so, but it was really great because I think there was communication during the play situation.
There really was.
They were very professional.
They were.
As we tried to be also, but like it's nice to have people that have experience, and
because sometimes that's like a really weird thing to have all of a sudden if we've been in that experience before where you've played with somebody without and I played with and then it was like
but hold on, backtrack, not because like there was disrespect no, because he had a vasectomy and we both had just got tested that week. They showed us their results, we showed them ours. But she wasn't on birth control. And so he and I were like, fuck you guys. Because I have an IUD and he had a vasectomy.
Yeah.
So we got to play without, but you had to wear one.
Yeah.
Eric was like, what the fuck?
Which is fine. But it's one of those that, in some situations though, you can even have like these like weird conversations even around it, and with them, it was just so smooth. I was like, they were professional.
They were professional. Be a professional swinger. No, and I think it honestly takes time to get to that. Like people that are listening to this and be like, oh, how are you so comfortable? And things like that. And I was like, it takes years, you guys. I'm not going to be
she's been in this for years and she still doesn't know when women want to do her.
Well, I'll never know that. No, I'm getting better about women.
You are.
I am definitely getting better about women.
You are.
Like, I know when a girl's flirting with me.
Oh, good.
They have to be a little bit like... I'm better at that. I won't make the first move.
I got you, boo.
Eric is good to be like, you guys should make out.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, oh, should we?
Yes, you are actually really good about that. Like, as soon as I'm like, you guys should do it, you're like good at like, okay, go.
Well, I just want to make sure. I don't know. I literally like... I don't know. I just need someone to be like, yes, I want to kiss you. Then I'll be like, oh, then I'll like go for it. I just couldn't be the first one to just be like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm awkward.
No. And even with that, I'm the same way. I need to know somebody wants to.
Yeah, like just tell me.
I think the fear of rejection is always going to be there.
Yeah, and I think for everybody. So of course, there's parts that come into it. Like your feelings are involved in this. Whether you can sit here and say it's not that deep and like just go with the flow, but like you're still human, and you're gonna have like parts of you that are like uncomfortable or getting your feelings hurt or things like that. And so it's still like. It's still very nerve-wracking.
Right, and that's one of the things I think we touched on earlier, too, is you don't make it very deep because you don't expect answers right away. And I think that's sometimes the challenge is it's supposed to be, and I've been this way, of where it's like A, B, C, and D, and it has to follow this pattern.
Is that maybe the little, like, autism or the little ADHD?
I think it's ADHD. I actually don't think I have autism anymore.
He does.
No, I don't. I'm rebunking that one. But... I think that once you kind of like, if you just ask people to play and give them that space to come back, it makes it so much easier.
Oh, so much more comfortable. So much more comfortable. If you want to play later, hey, we think you guys are cute. If you want to play later, we would be down. Come find us. And then give them their space. That way they, one, can come find you if they want. They can politely reject you and avoid you if they want.
Or they can even look at you then and go, you know what,
or they can discuss it. Well, and they can discuss it with their partner first without putting them on the spot. Or in our situation, Eric did that a few weeks ago when we were at the sanctuary in Salt Lake, and he talked to me. He said, "Do you want to play with them?" And what did I say?
No, they don't want to play with us.
They wouldn't want to play with us. And Eric's like, "Oh my God, yes, I think they would." And I was like, "I don't know."
No, it wasn't even. I think they will. It was like, okay, next time I see them, I'm gonna ask them.
So he did. Eric was so brave, and he went up and was like, "Hey, if you guys are down to like play later, like." We think you're cool. Like, I don't know your play. You asked them like their play styles, if they played at clubs, and like if they would be down later. Like, we thought they were cool. And normally you give them that like, hey, and they were like, yeah, we're down.
Yeah, they're like, we already had that conversation actually.
They're like, yeah, we're down. And then all of a sudden I turn around and Eric was like, see, I told you, come here. And I was like, oh God, awkward. Hi,
we're gonna have sex here later. I guess.
So hey guys, so we're all gonna fuck in a little bit. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey. That was fun too.
Yeah, it was fun.
We've had a lot of fun lately, guys. Maybe we should do a recap of our.
We should do a podcast
an August recap.
Get
in the dirty details.
I know, it's been a busy August.
4? When did we go on the boat?
In August.
Holy shit! Seriously?
Yeah, we had the boat, and then we had the Salt Lake, and then we had a single male, and then we had Whispers.
And 2 at Whispers. Well, 2 for me.
2 for you at Whispers. Yeah.
Oh, no wonder my pelvis is sore. I told my doctor that my pelvis was sore, and then I had to tell my doctor that I was a slut. I'm STD free, by the way. I just got my STD results back, so it's not. I was just getting tested anyways, but I thought I had
it was your turn to get tested this time.
I thought I had like a cyst or something. I don't know, but. And it's not my appendix, so I think it's just too much. I told my doctor, I think it's karma for being a slut, and she could not stop laughing because I called myself a slut from my doctor.
It happens. It happens.
And then I had to explain to her that I wasn't always a slut. I don't know what happened in the month of August, though.
Yeah, no, it was a crazy month. But
I don't know.
But we also loosened up a lot in August, though, too.
Yeah, I feel like Eric and we kind of went, not like through something. I
went through a lot.
Eric just kind of had some like unhealed trauma and was like being very like.
No, there's a lot of stuff that I was struggling with that I didn't even really
attachment and like just being really insecure and like anxious.
And it really was bringing out a different level of anxiety and fight or flight and hypervigilance and like freaking out.
And not even because something happened.
No, it wasn't even
we didn't really know where it was coming
wise,
from.
And it was like subconsciously just acting. Where even afterwards, if I wasn't emotional about it and I was really logical, I was even like, why the hell was I acting like that? That doesn't make any sense. That's not even who I am.
So when we filmed the first podcast, we said in the beginning that we filmed this podcast. We filmed it before we
were driving to Michigan, and that was before we
went to Tempted. Yeah, we filmed a podcast called "It's Not That Deep," and Eric was still kind of struggling with these things, and I think we hadn't really like had our big like coming to Jesus blow up moment about it.
So it was in July with the boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like, that would be a lot. Yeah, because the boat was before Michigan, right?
Yeah, because we filmed this podcast originally in Michigan when we were leaving Detroit up to Michigan. Or not Detroit, but Chicago up to Michigan.
That's right. Before we saw your brother.
Yeah, and it was funny because, like, even then I didn't even realize how much I was still struggling with stuff. Because I got done, I remember filming that podcast with you in the car. I'm like, oh, that was a great podcast. And then I'm listening to you with it. I'm like, Jesus, man, who is that talking?
I was like, well, no, it's because we had all the conversations and all of that, and then I finally pulled up the podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, I'm going to do our podcast, and we were listening to it, which we don't always listen to the whole thing, but I listened to it like to edit it and stuff like that. And I was like, you got to come in here and listen to this.
Yeah.
I was like, you're negative. You're angry.
I was, and again, it goes to show, like, and that's where I really am serious that it's not that deep in the lifestyle like you are as a person. Like, this was really subconscious, didn't even really realize that, and that's where, like, it's funny. I give the lifestyle a lot of credit where it can help you in a lot of ways grow if you let it.
Yes, and if you do it properly, if you recognize those issues or these things that are coming out, like, and you're going to therapy, you're working through them as a person, you're going, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to, working together, therapy together. I don't know, like you're doing things to better yourself, and because it'll bring out the ugly in you for sure.
No, it really does. And like I was never like mean to you or any of
No,
that.
God, no.
It
Eric has never said an
was
L word to me in my life. Make that very
no,
clear.
no, no.
Not fighting, not abusive, not any sort of
I don't really
ever.
raise my voice at all, but I become an asshole, and I really
But
would
like an
freak
asshole and
out.
like a
Like in a manipulative, gaslighting, selfish freak out, like you're dealing with a fucking kid way.
You heard it from him,
But
not me, guys.
But anyhow, so off of the deep stuff, because I am actually really trying to get my content away from the deep shit like that. Because even on TikTok, my wife is like, she's like, dude, what are you talking about on this now? I'm like, I know, I got to make it fun again.
Like it's not that fucking
God,
deep.
God,
Like
man. It was like
is.
therapy session 101 with Professor Pineapple.
I was seriously, and I was like, let's take a step back, like reevaluate. And we did, and we were gonna take a step back. And then Eric's like, no, I'm in a good place. Like he's been, going to therapy, and like we just had a lot of conversations. He's like, no, it's not
Which I have to
lifestyle.
reschedule mine. I have one on Sunday, I didn't realize.
Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until Sunday day. I was looking through my calendar. I'm like, how did I get one scheduled for Sunday?
That's a random day to
It
schedule.
was Sunday and Friday, yeah. But anyhow, sorry. But no, it was. It was like I'm in a good place, and I think that's what's really important though is to communicate with your partner when you're in a good place, and communicate with your partner. Like I'm learning that of things that kind of bother me, and if it bothers me, the thing I've learned is if it bothers me and I tell you about it, it doesn't bother me anymore because it's like I got to share it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then it was really weird because like I had shared something with you, and then you shared something with me. I didn't even know that bothered you too, and I'm like,
Wow.
oh, the head. I'm gonna grab somebody.
Oh yeah, there's a special thing that you do, but it didn't bother me. Like I wasn't jealous
No.
or upset, but it was like,
No, but it was this. It validated how I felt so much with you because mine was the same way. It wasn't like I was like upset or anything like that, but it just it hit like a weird twinge.
yeah. And I was like, maybe don't do that with other people.
Yeah, no, and mine was more of like, oh, I like that, like from you. I just have to ask for it more. So, but it goes to show that it really isn't deep and it's super fucking simple, but we just never asked.
I think we just made our podcast kind of deep.
We fucking did.
We're just deep people.
We are
But
deep people.
okay, everyone's deep. Just when it comes to the lifestyle, try not to overthink it. Get into your head about little things. Be so concerned about every single person's, feelings and this and how many times do I do this and should I call them and this and that. Like, it's not dating. I mean, I know people date in the lifestyle, and that's more poly. We're talking about like strictly swinger lifestyle here. It's not supposed to be anything that is like emotionally and physically draining. It's supposed to be fun and hot and lighthearted, and I think that is what we have really learned. So yeah, that's the TED Talk that I'll leave you with.
That's the moral of the story.
Moral of the story. Looking for sex positive healthcare? Make sure to check out theimpulsiveduo.com and click on our affiliate link and check out Shameless Healthcare for all your sex positive healthcare needs.